Hello and welcome to LadyApplejack Speaks VA, a VA channel here on YouTube that focuses on the Netflix series Stranger Things. We're here tonight for another episode for Series 1 Small Town. This is going to be episode 13, and I've already got hiccups coming in. But before we jump into the details of this episode, let me give a quick shout out to 3 content creators out there in the Stranger Things fandom. These creators don't necessarily have to be on YouTube. They could be on other platforms of social media. So, yeah, with that being said, let's talk. So the first one is Eddie Simp, and that's Eddie_Simp with 2 P's at the end. This creator is actually on Instagram. They're a fairly new creator. They are starting an account over at Instagram that has a collection of Eddie Munson. Eddie Munson. Oh my God, I need to get some rest, huh? Eddie Munson, aka Joseph Quinn, picture content, like visual contents. So they're doing pictures, and I don't know, they might switch it up with some other forms of media as well. But I definitely enjoyed going onto their account and looking at their Eddie pictures. I'm like you, I like to look at Eddie pictures and get inspired. Sometimes it's either with the writing that I'm doing or the cosplay that I do. So yeah, if you guys are into that, I definitely recommend you checking out their account on Instagram. They are amazing, and I've had the opportunity to also speak to them quite a bit, and they are just absolute sweethearts. So another content creator I want to give a shout out to is Too Much Ruby. Too Much Ruby has a VA channel here on YouTube that focuses on Eddie X Listener, and I love their content so much because it's just, I go there sometimes like when I'm having a really rough day, and I could listen to the content and it could make me either laugh or smile. The particular episode that I watched recently that comes to mind is an episode where listener is looking for a midnight snack in the kitchen, and we've all done this. We've all found that nice coveted can of spray whipped cream, and just sneakily we usually try to take a squirt in our mouth and then eat it that way, and pray to God that nobody else in our family catches us doing that. Same thing happens with listener here. They're trying to do it on the sly without Eddie catching them, and Eddie catches them, and it's funny. It's funny, and it made me laugh, and I just love their content, and you have to go check it out. The last content creator I want to give a huge shout out to is Ghost. Now that's all caps. Ghost is a YouTube creator as well. They have a channel here out on YouTube, and they do Eddie X Listener videos as well. And I just love this creator. They do such a good job, and I feel like they're very underrated. They have so many different types of videos out there for Eddie X Listener. They had a very lighthearted 3-parter video where Eddie is talking to listener inside the bathroom at a party that's in town, and they're trying to avoid going out into the crowds because they can't stand the crowds. And it reminds me so much of the movie from 1984, Valley Girl, or I think it was 83 actually. 1983 Valley Girl. If you haven't seen it, it's early Nicolas Cage, and it is chef's kiss. It's one of my favorites. It's like a modern day Romeo and Juliet, but the ending is happy, and I just love it. I love it so much. And there is a scene where the characters actually meet inside a bathroom and they're talking. And when I listen to Ghost's series on that, it reminded me so much of that movie, and I just got the warm and fuzzy nostalgic feels for it. So They also have a little bit of heavier content. So, like, sometimes the listener will be a recovering alcoholic, and Eddie is there trying to support them as best as they can. Um, and it's just good stuff. It's good stuff. And they also are a whiz with sound effects. Their sound effects are so good. So, yeah, if you guys are looking for some other content to indulge in, those are the three that I could think of off the top of my head that I would recommend. Now, let's talk about the episode tonight. So, the episode tonight, obviously, is episode 13 of Series 1, Small Town, where we follow Eddie Munson and female listener through their last year of high school together. So, they've had their ups and downs, and yeah, it's springtime now, and this episode it's technically a flashback, sort of, but it's like a week prior. So, the episode from last time, I think it was last night that I put it up, where female listener and Eddie get married. It falls on April 7th, 1986, which is a Monday. This time, it's Thursday, April 3rd, 1986, so a few days before they get married. And this episode is titled Saving All My Love for You. And it follows the story about how Eddie and female listener are introduced to Peanut, their unborn child. So it's supposed to be a cutesy one. And the rating is PG-13 for strong language. Even though I don't think there's too much strong language you have to worry about. And very, very, very brief mention of drug use. It's told in Eddie's perspective, so you could fourth wall it, or you could think of it as internalized dialogue, whichever you prefer. And yeah, that's all I have on this right now. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the episode. Okay. Seatbelt. Seatbelt. I'm just making sure you don't forget beautiful. Baby on board and all. All right, let's get going. Oh, did you remember to get your assignments for your last two classes? Okay, good. I did too. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to swing back here and pick those up for you. I was thinking after your appointment we could go home, nap, I could make some dinner, and then we could study. Does that work for you? All right, good. Oh, it is our first OBGYN appointment together, and I think I'm more nervous than she is. Try not to let that show, though. She is almost 8 weeks into her pregnancy, and everything seems to be going as expected. Morning sickness, fatigue, and being sore from time to time. I try to be as supportive as I can. I will rub her feet when they're sore, rub her lower back when it gets sore, help her around the house, and sometimes do dinner duty, even though my dinner skills are nowhere near her as good as hers. In return, she always tries to do something special to show her gratitude, including making me that caramel cake that I love so much. We both are keeping busy with school and work. The excitement of the upcoming marriage and the discovery of the pregnancy, it would be easy for us to kind of let our studies fall by the wayside. But listener, she's bound and determined to make sure we both keep on top of our studies. we were starting to get a little bit of senioritis, and at this point, we're just ready to start our lives post high school. Looks like we're going to be a little early for your appointment. How you feeling, sweetheart? Are you still feeling kind of nauseated? Yeah. Oh, well, good. At least you're not feeling sick anymore. I know that you weren't feeling so great at lunch. Yeah, I'm a little nervous too, love. But I'm sure Peanut is going to be fine. Yes, I'm still calling the baby Peanut. It's fitting right now. Okay, it looks like we are here. I'm glad that you picked a place that is close to the high school. Kind of saves us on some stress, doesn't it? Here, let me park and let's see. Oh, did you grab the paperwork that your doctor asked you to bring in? Okay, good, good. All right, let's get you unbuckled here. All right, and how about we head inside? Okay, why don't you take a seat over there, sweetheart? I'll get you checked in. Okay. All right. Love you too. Yes. Hi. My fiance has an appointment with Dr. Schroeder at 2 p.m. Her name, listener Munson. Ah, yeah. Here is her paperwork for her file, and here's the copay. Okay, great. Thanks. All right, love. You are all checked in. The receptionist said that we'll be called back fairly soon. I guess they're slow today, so. And you're sure that you're okay with me being back there with you? All right, I know, I'm the dad. I have every right to be back there with you, but I don't want to overstep my boundary. You want me back there, and at anything else involving our baby, of course. All right. Ah, it sounds like they're ready for us. Here, let's go. We follow the nurse back to the exam room, and I feel myself getting nervous again. I just want listener and our baby to be healthy. I know it's silly because listener has taken every precaution imaginable to keep our baby safe ever since she heard that she was pregnant. But I still find myself worrying. It reminds me of something my Uncle Wayne would constantly say to me as I was growing up under his roof. He constantly lectured me as soon as I walked in the door, well past curfew, or how he would stay up through the night when I was little and either had a cold or the flu. He used to say that when I was older with kids of my own, I would get it. I'd suddenly understand why he would act the way he did. And I guess he was right. Oh, hello, Doc. Yeah, yes, I'm the father. No, no history of heart disease or cancer on my side of the family, sir. Drug use, no, not lately, sir. Well, I'd say probably well over 3 months. Just weed. That's it. Listener, no, she hasn't done any drugs, sir. Oh, right, sorry. I guess I'm nervous. Listener can answer whatever questions you may have. Listener is patient as she goes through the doctor's questions. She confirms that she's taking her prenatals as prescribed and is working light duty at Sam Goody's. She reviews her diet with the doctor and mentions her fatigue. The doctor gives her the okay to do light exercise, like taking walks. I make mental notes of all this and everything else he says until he, at last, says that we are going to do the ultrasound today. He turns on the monitor and preps listener for the scan, asking her to bunch up her examination gown up to under her breasts before applying some sort of gel. And the shit kind of looks gross. It's kind of like something Slimer would have produced. Puts on her tummy. Soon he takes the wand out and starts moving it along her lower stomach. There. Wow. There was our peanut. Our baby, our tiny, tiny baby is on the screen. I gently take listener's hand in mine and smile along with her as we look at our very first image of our unborn child. The doctor confirms that she's about 8 weeks along and that the baby seems to be growing on track as expected. He then asks us if we want to hear the baby's heartbeat. You hear its heartbeat? Yeah, sure. We could do that? The doctor smiles as he turns the knob on the machine, and soon the room fills with this whooshing sound. I can feel my eyes, against my will, begin to water. Oh. Oh, wow. That's our baby. That's Peanut. I think that's the best sound I've ever heard. It even beats out Metallica or any other album that I love. That's our baby, sweetheart. That's the most beautiful sound I've ever heard. Next to your voice, of course. Oh, baby. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this. For giving me our Peanut. I love you so much. Okay, that's the end of this episode. It is kind of shorter than my recent episodes, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of cute to have a little moment with Peanut Munson. So if you like this, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. And if you have comments, suggestions, feedback, requests, you know the drill. You can put them all underneath the description box below in the comments section. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you hear, join our fam. We're really chill around here. Just click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell right beside that so you can get all the notifications for this channel. And yes, I have my TikTok and my Instagram out there. Feel free to go and like those as well, or follow me on those as well. Feel free to shoot me a message if you want to talk and just, you know, be cool with each other or whatever. I'll be happy to talk to you guys. I don't bite. I'm really nice, I promise. Other than that, thank you so much yet again for just being the amazing group you are. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.